Now in some breaking news just coming in, disgraced Paralympian Oscar Pistorius will be released from prison in the new year after South Africa's Department of Correctional Services accepted his parole request. The athlete, dubbed Blade Runner, had been in jail since shooting his girlfriend on Valentine's Day back in 2013. The board assessed Pistorius' profile and his submissions in Pretoria. The Steenkamp family has continuously opposed Pistorius' attempts to walk free. June Steenkamp told the parole board that Pistorius could not claim remorse as he had not engaged honestly with the crime he had committed and the consequences. The athlete met Riva Steenkamp's father in July last year as part of the Victim Offender Dialogue that is an integral part of South Africa's restorative justice program. Pistorius will be released on January 5th and will complete the remainder of his sentence in community corrections. He will have to satisfy his parole conditions and will be subject to supervision. The South African celebrated his 37th birthday this week and went from an icon to a convicted killer in hearings that were streamed live and caught the world's attention a decade ago. Pistorius is serving a 13-year and 5-month sentence for killing his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, on Valentine's Day in 2013. Pistorius shot Steenkamp through a bathroom door and has maintained he mistook her for a burglar. He was initially convicted of culpable homicide, but that sentence was upgraded to murder on appeal later. South Africa's judicial system has the provision that enables a prisoner to apply for parole if they have served half their term. Pistorius' earlier parole attempted was rejected over confusion whether he had served half his term, but he won a significant legal victory that enabled the hearing today. We are now being joined by our correspondent Carlin Ongu live from Johannesburg to tell us more on this latest development. Carlin, welcome to the broadcast. What is the latest you have for us from Johannesburg?
Well, firstly, what I can say is it's unfortunate for Oscar Pistorius because he was hoping that after many years he will be celebrating Christmas with his family this year. But the parole board, as well as the Department of Correctional Services, they've mentioned that he's only getting out of prison on January 5th of next year. So definitely he will be spending another Christmas in Atteridgeville prison in Pretoria. So before he gets out, there's a lot of process that he still has to go through. That's what the Department of Correctional Services have mentioned. One is his parole includes correctional supervision, that's the community service and therapy to address issues and gender. So that is some of the processes that he will have to go through before he is formally released from Atteridgeville prison, where he spent most of his imprisonment. What I can tell you right now is, if you've heard the phrase, fall from the grace, that's exactly what has happened to him. One celebrated, like you mentioned in the intro, an icon, a heroic person, a sports person, not just renowned or respected in South Africa, but worldwide. He has fallen from his grace after he killed his girlfriend, Riva Steenkamp, on that fateful night of Valentine's Day in 2013. Today, before the parole began its hearing, Riva Steenkamp's mother, that's June Steenkamp, she was not present there physically, but their family representative spoke to the media, where she stated in her victim impact dialogue, where she stated that they are not going to, stop him from coming out of the prison. They are not. But however, what she said, she did mention in a statement, which the family representative mentioned, saying that she believes that Oscar Pistorius is not yet rehabilitated. He is still a danger to the society, but she is not denying his parole. And also, I should mention, like you mentioned in your read, last year, Riva Steenkamp's father met with Oscar Pistorius in prison for that victim offender dialogue. And after that dialogue, Riva Steenkamp's actually late father, he died in September following his long illness, where he mentioned that, he still hasn't come to terms. He met Oscar Pistorius, but he did not get the truth that he wanted out of Oscar Pistorius's mouth. So he says, we can forgive him as a parents of Riva Steenkamp, the victim, but we still know he's not speaking the truth. And then now he's no more. So basically the father, as well as the Steenkamp family, they're still not got the closure that they've wanted so far.
Right. Kalin, how are the people of South Africa going to react to a ruling like this?
Going through social media, as we tweeted on X after what Department of Correctional Services issued a statement saying that Oscar Pistorius has been granted parole. Obviously, many people, they are against this parole, saying that he's a killer, even though he may not speak the truth. But the poor girl, Riva Steenkamp, an innocent person, has died. The family has not received any sort of closure. The father has died without getting a closure of his daughter, So many people are against this parole, but let me tell you, he's still got people on his side. There are a few people, like, a decade back, if you see, where there was media from all over the world covering his trial. That time you've seen some of the people coming forward speaking about him, saying, let the boy go now. And especially after all these years, they've said he's done his sentence. He's said that, he did not kill her, and they should basically forgive him and let him live his life because he's still young and he's just 37. But that does not sit well with the family, of course, of Riva Steenkamp. And many people, actually, even some of his fans, the people that used to look up to him as an idol, as an icon, like you mentioned yourself, stating that, this is not done. Someone just cannot kill a person, then go to prison, and then because of his good behavior and because of the parole that South African government allows the prisoner of their good behavior to come out after serving half of their sentence, that cannot be it. The whole soul is gone. The person is dead. The family is still grieving. So this is not done yet. So he has people on his side, but at the same time, South Africans do not seem to be very happy about it.
All right, Kalin, thank you so much for getting us all those latest updates from Johannesburg.